Minecraft. It's time for more exploration and tactics. Down with OPP. Perhaps that stands for other people's pants? In the previous episode, I suggested that perhaps I should have the restriction that rather than being able to craft any pants or leggings, I could only use any armor on the pants that was dropped by mobs, and people seem to like that suggestion, so I think I'm actually going to stick with it. And so that'll be a new restriction in exploration and tactics. Exploration will indeed be the focus of this episode. We're going to be doing some exploring both in the Overworld as well as the Nether, but let's go ahead and get started with SPACEBARR'D, the series where I cannot jump. Hello, and welcome back to Exploration and Tactics with Brian. I spent a little bit of time off camera, maybe about an hour, doing some caving and farming and things, and there's some interesting things in these chests, or that chest, that I'll show off in a moment. But I was also catching up on the comments, and there were some interesting suggestions and different things, and so I wanted to briefly go through those. I did a bit of caving basically right over in this hillside over here. There's actually quite the network of caves kind of right below the surface that was relatively dangerous, but also relatively high up, and so I didn't get down to any of the good ores or anything. And while I had a few kind of near misses, nothing too scary happened over there. One of the suggestions I had in terms of not making this vine grow down, we previously put a piece of tripwire here, but someone said I should take the SPACEBARR'D sign and move it over there, and I think that actually makes a lot of sense. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. SPACEBARR'D, it's been nice having you here. It was good for the first original reveal on the series, but I think it does make sense to put you right here. SPACEBARR'D. Great. So that was a great suggestion. I was talking about... Oh, there's an escaped cow again. I presume he was already here when I logged in. I was talking about... I presume that they are escaped cows, but Bergasms pointed out that they could be natural spawns. And I always enjoy doing science and exploration and tactics. And there are some ways that we can test this. I think my current hypothesis is that when I log out and log back into the world, and cows are right in the corner of the fences, logging back in causes them to kind of teleport through the fence. It is non-trivial to have a 100% reliable test of what is happening here. But one thing I was thinking about, and I wanted to get you guys' feedback on, is to do some non-survival mode stuff in order to kind of easily test this, which is I could run a command in order to give all of these cows custom name tags, so they'd have a name floating above their head that says, Brian's or something. So basically I would know that these are my penned-in cows. And then as a result, if I come back and I find a cow outside the pen, if he has a name tag, then I know that he was one of mine who was previously inside the pen and he escaped. And if he doesn't, then perhaps he was just a natural spawn, just as has been suggested, although I've seen that happen 3 times now, always in the same spot, and I do think they're glitching through the corner of the fence. But at the same time, it's kind of a slippery slope when you start running commands in a vanilla survival let's play. It doesn't, giving these guys name tags doesn't really have any effect on the rest of the survival aspects of the play and would allow us to do science. But I figured before I go and do that, I wanted to ask people's opinions about running a command like that inside the let's play to see if it kind of ruins the vanilla feel of things or not. So let me know your opinions about that in the comments. In any case, I was caving over there. I don't know that I got a whole lot of ore. But I didn't realize I had that in this chest. Oh, no, that's the Unbreaking 1 bow that I enchanted just to get rid of a level 1 enchant. Right. When I came back from caving over there, it was raining in the middle of the day. And when it's raining, that's a good time to go fishing. I had this fishing rod that I also put a level 1 Unbreaking 1 enchant on. And so I decided to do some fishing while it was raining until it was nighttime and I could sleep away the rain and the weather. And I fished up a number of fishes. I had a few already, but these are the fish that I currently have. But in addition to the fish, I also fished up a name tag, which is very nice, and a bow that has Flame 1 and Infinity 1, and a fair amount of durability. That's actually a very nice bow. And I'm not going to immediately use it. just because, I don't know why, actually. I should probably just be using it now, because it's a pretty nice bow. If you set zombies on fire, then they walk over and touch you and put you on fire. I guess it has a little bit of trade-offs with the flame. The infinity is pretty nice, though. Maybe I will take a caving. In any case, I just spent, I don't know, 5 minutes fishing in the rain, and I caught a bunch of fish, and caught these other two things, which are pretty amazing, and so I wanted to show that off. In any case, I have some plans for today, but the sun has gone down. Let's go ahead and sleep away the night, and then I will let you in on the plans for today. It occurs to me that if I combine that Flame 1 Infinity 1 bow with a Power 1 bow, that might actually be pretty nice for right now. I could also enchant a bow at a higher level to try to get a higher level of power, although honestly Power 1 is kind of as much power as you need against mobs, because it basically reduces just about every mob to a 2-hit kill. And the flame will give a little bit of extra ticks of damage as well. And so let's go ahead and grab this. And I just crafted an anvil with all of my excess iron. And let's see. I guess it actually makes sense to leave the anvil over next to the enchanting table, because it's kind of similar types of things. Although I might be using the anvil for repairs as well. I'll leave it over here anyway. We've got the chest full of lapis and books that we left from last time. But if I try to combine these two bows, and I'm not sure if the order matters, that costs 14 to do them that way. It probably is less this way. Yeah, it only costs 3 to go this way. So yeah, in general, put the more expensive thing on the left, I think is the general rule. And then I might as well rename it, because I think that will keep the costs down. What do I want to rename it to? Let me think about this for a moment. I actually stopped the recording and spent a bit of time thinking of a name I wanted for this bow. Given that it's an infinity bow and we don't have a good supply of arrows, I am going to call it Frugality, since being frugal means being careful with your resources and consumables and economical. And so we now have a bow named Frugality, which we can use to kill different enemies. So that is awesome. In any case, something else that I have in my inventory is an empty map and some paper. You'll recall that we've done a little bit of mapping in this world. Creepy cave noise that goes off for no reason, even when there's no darkness nearby. Alright, so on this map, that black spot is the monument, and we traveled south and did some caving kind of around here. And I would like to go further to the south down here, because I think we actually will reach the world border if we continue another map to the south. And so basically I want to make another map the same size that would end up going down here. And so that is what I plan to do today. We're going to go make that map, fill out a good area of that map, see where the world border is, and then go do some more caving so that we can try to find a dungeon and get a saddle. Because if I do get a saddle, then I can fill out the entire map that's within the world border right now, which is something that I would like to do. So I will meet you guys over there. Okay, you can barely see it because it is kind of down here by my armor bar, but we are just about to go off the edge of this map to the south. And so once I get far enough that I'm certain that I'm off the edge of this one and into where the next map would be, I'm going to go ahead and craft the next map. I see like a little cave in the hillside over there. And so that could be something that we go exploring into in a little bit. But first we'll do the mapping. And I did a little bit more inventory management before I left the base. And so I brought a bed along, which is good, because I think, yeah, the sun should be going down shortly. And so we can sleep away some nights while we do a little bit of mapping. But at this point, yes, I'm fairly certain that I'm off this map. And so I guess right here in the center, hey, more cows. In the center of this hilly area, and I thought maybe I saw the world border over here for a moment, but I don't see it right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at a new map, and it'll start out at kind of like the most zoomed in level. And then the maps that I've been doing have been zoomed out a couple levels. So this is 0 of 4, and I want to go to 2 of 4. And so one takes the map and surrounds it with paper. Do not shift click, because there's a bug where if you shift click, it doesn't zoom out the map. But now that's zoomed out to level 1. And I will do it once more. And now it's zoomed out to level 2. All right, and so here is our next piece of the map. We can continue heading to the south and, yeah, just kind of circle around and try to map out this whole area. But the sun's about to go down, so I will probably set down a bed shortly and sleep away the night. And I'll bring you guys back in as we explore new territory. Okay, I've slept away the night, picking up the bed, and we will explore and see what we find. Oh yeah, that is the world border over there. Okay, I thought I was making it up before. So it is the case. All right, well, this will limit our exploration, so it won't take long to explore this map. But this is as far as we can go over here, because here is the world border. But that looks fine, because it also looks like there might be an ocean over here. Yeah, but I'm like 10 blocks away from the world border. We can see it pretty nicely over here. And so it looks like I'll only be able to explore the top half of this map. And so I don't know that that in itself will be much of an adventure. So I'll make a cut and see you guys when I see you. Having returned back home, I will put this section of the map over here. And so now we have a good sense of, if there is the spawn point, there is 0, 0, and the monument, just how far the world border is. And so it's definitely the case that, especially if I had a horse, I could easily map out all of the area that's currently within the world border. So at some point I'll do that. I forgot to mention that while I was caving in that hillside, I got a couple other rare drops. One was a potato from a zombie, which I planted over here, and now I have 3 potatoes. And so we'll start growing some potatoes. I don't mind knocking out a little bit of wheat in order to get that going. And the other thing was, I did manage to kill 1 more Enderman on that caving expedition, and as a result, I got my first Ender Pearl. And so, if I get a Silk Touch pick the next time I get back up to level 30 and try to enchant another diamond pick, then at that point I think we will head into the Nether in order to get a Blaze Rod so that I can construct an Ender Chest, which I can pick up with the Silk Touch pick, because that'll help a whole lot in terms of caving inventory. But for now, I'm going to head out to a new location to go caving. I was in the mood just to do some more exploring and mapping, and so I mapped out a little ways to the north, and I think possibly I found a good cave system to go down. So I'll probably fast forward just to show you the way over there that I've made. We've got a beautiful flower forest over here with tons of tulips, which at some point I may harvest in order to decorate my own home. But down here, I've heard some skeletons. It looks like the water is going pretty far down. It might even be like a ravine or something. I haven't taken a good enough look. But I decided that could be a good place to go. And so I'm going to attempt to cut off the water, because water probably means death for me in this series. Let's see, if I do things like that, will that erase all of the water that's down there? Let's watch and see if it all... Nope, some of it is still seeping in from somewhere under here. Okay, I guess if I put down a slab here, I'll be able to walk back up, probably right there, maybe? Where else is the water coming in from? Yes, now it's disappearing. Great. So I think we want to go down here, and I guess I'll just dig straight down pretty much and use some ladders to get back up. I'll probably dig a few blocks away to help ensure that I have some solid ground to dig through. So wish me luck. It does indeed appear to be a ravine. And so I think probably the smart thing to do is kind of take a peek out from the top over here just to see what we're getting into. Okay, I could light up the tops once again and then kind of go down on each level, because I did end up digging in a pretty good spot that it seems like it kind of gets us to a number of the ridges of the ravine where we can walk along over here and just kind of see what's going on. Yeah, I can just kind of barely see into the bottom right now. And actually, other than this top ridge, this one really isn't big enough for monsters to stand on, because it's mostly just kind of one tall. And I guess there's a couple little ledges over here. After I light up a tiny bit of the top, we might immediately be able to go down to the bottom. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. Okay, it doesn't necessarily look tremendously safe, but from the top. But this series could use a little bit more risk-taking and excitement. And so let's go ahead and try to get some of that. Make myself a little stairway down here. Oh, hello. I have a knockback sword. This sword is enchanted with knockback 1, which ends up being very useful against the first foe that we are encountering here. Goodbye, creeper. And yeah, it's weird. Off in the distance, when I originally saw some of these flowers, I thought they might have been skeletons. But no, I think, is it an allium? Is that like the tall purple one? And then some more tulips and a poppy. Really need to learn the names of all of my Minecraft flowers a little bit better. And that'll also help me just in terms of learning flowers of the real world, as I do not know a ton about botany. But let's see, is this ravine very big, or is it actually quite small? If it's quite small, I will be sad. Oh no, I think we should dig, because occasionally ravines do continue through after it appears that they're kind of blocked off. So I'll do some digging in this direction and see if it continues on farther. Sadly, there were no signs, visual or auditory, of any caves nearby, and so I dug a shaft down to bedrock just to see if I would hear anything, and I heard nothing and saw nothing, not even any ores in the wall anywhere down here, and so it seems that this ravine has been a bust. Since caving is not being too particularly kind to me today in terms of finding anything interesting, let's go to the Nether instead. And so I've kind of offloaded most of my good inventory. I've just enchanted a new Power 1 bow. I should get some more arrows. But let's head into the Nether and see if we can do some exploring, manage to stay alive, and possibly find a fortress. I've not really spent just about any time in the Nether with no jumping, other than one no jumping challenge where I was in the Nether for like 3 minutes at the end of it. Oh my goodness! Oh, crap! A zombie apparently has gone through at some point in the past, and so was here waiting for me. That was a surprise in and of itself. My goodness. Okay, but the rest of the Nether looks reasonably clear for right now, and let's see, I can't remember if you can see like north, south, east, west. If I put down a bunch of half slabs, it does seem like on these slabs, all of the little L marks are pointing in the same direction. So I will assume that this is still north. And as a result, it looks like a good first direction. Is that a bat? Are there bats in the Nether? Did the bat fly through the Nether portal at some point? You saw something like flying and catching fire over there, didn't you? I don't know that I've been aware if there are bats in the Nether. Let's try going this way, basically. Let's try going what I think is to the east, since it looks like there's kind of a cave up there, and that will keep us reasonably well protected for the moment. And yeah, I will actually, yeah, that's a good idea, so that I don't get lost in the Nether. My technique for marking my way in the Nether is one where I occasionally leave, like, oops, I hear ghast, little signposts that point back towards where I came from, towards a Nether portal. And so once I get kind of just out of sight of the Nether portal... Alright, I thought I saw a cave or something up here, but it might have just been a lighting glitch, because I don't see it up here anymore, so maybe I need to pick a different direction to go. But since I'm talking about it, why don't I go ahead and quickly talk about my technique. Basically, I will always just put down a bit of cobble and put a torch on it on the side that faces back in the direction of the Nether portal. So if I encounter this along the way, I know I need to go this way in order to get back to my portal. I hear the ghast kind of over in this direction. I don't have that many arrows since I've just got my Power 1 bow. And so, is there any other direction I could travel somewhat safely, maybe? I don't know that there is. Since we hear ghasts over here, it probably is reasonably open over in this direction to do some exploring, although there's tons of lava pools. The other thing is I could try to carve through the ceiling. Whoa, 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 whoa. I forgot about the fact that there's random pockets of lava in the Nether. I just found another ledge to kind of explore alongside, but I'd forgotten just how... Hello, Pigman. Yeah, you want to walk over there? Have a good time. Go fall in the lava. I hope I don't fall in the lava. Oh dear. I'd forgotten just how treacherous the Nether can be. And since obviously I don't have fire resist potions yet, I might have had enough gold that I could make a notch apple, which also grants you fire resist, but that seems kind of silly, kind of a waste of resources. But I'm just going to see if I can kind of dig my way through and then over to the next landmass over here without running into any other lava pits. Unexpectedly here in the Nether that will catch me on fire and potentially kill me. And yeah, see what kind of luck I have. I see a chicken, which I guess originally spawned with a zombie pigman on its back. Is the only reason I can imagine a chicken being this far out in the Nether. I think that's how things work these days. But that is At least an amusing sight and something a little bit different. Still, however, have not seen any signs of the thing that I am looking for, which is, of course, another fortress. But I'll continue to look. Aha! Look at this. I found it. Okay, where did I just come from? I came from over here. So let's put down another signpost with the torches kind of going diagonally back that way, where I can see I just have a staircase over at the edge over there, but there is a fortress right below me down here. Oh boy, and there's a blaze, and there's a skeleton, and things will get exciting. Let's see, I could note the coordinates of this thing. I didn't think to bring another portal, bring a bunch of obsidian to build another portal here in the Nether. That might have been a smart thing to do. In any case, it seems that the fortress is below me and extends in that direction because I see blazes over there. These guys don't see me yet. I wonder if I can dig down, or maybe I can walk down through this cave to get down there. So I'll continue to explore and see if I can find a good way down. Aha, yes, this cave does go down. I can see the fortress right below me down here. Sadly, I'm running very slow on both slabs and ladders, and so I've kind of run out of good things to kind of get up and down with. But now that I have kind of a path over here, I think I'm going to do two things. One is I'm going to bring up the coordinates and take a screenshot just so I know kind of where they are. And then the other is make sure that I can still find my way back to my portal in order to escape the Nether for now, and come back with some more resources, and then we'll try to tackle this fortress. Now, I'm about to run out of slabs. I do still have some ladders and I have some wood in my inventory. But it occurs to me that quartz, I believe, can be made into slabs. And so I'm going to mine up a little bit of quartz here. And tragic as though it may seem, I'm going to see if I can get enough quartz to make some quartz slabs, because I don't think you could make nether brick slab or nether rack slabs. And oh, I still have these stairs. I forgot about that. I brought these as well as kind of another emergency rise mechanism, because I've done a lot of up and down work. Why do I have torches on all of this? Oh, it's because there's a ladder down here, right? It's very convoluted, my path through the Nether. And it didn't occur to me as I was traveling to necessarily leave slabs everywhere on the way back to ensure that I'd be able to get back, and so I'm glad I still had these cobblestone stairs on me. And at the same time, I'm also glad that I thought about the fact that you could turn quartz into slabs, and so if I needed some more slabs, I could do that as well. I was just about to say the good news is I made it back. Oh boy. Crap. Crap. I made it back to the portal with no problem. Hey, return to sender. We got an achievement. I didn't even think about that. I got it again. I wonder if there might be a ghast tier over there too. Alright, well that's a little bit of excitement finally in this episode. Any signs of a ghast tier? I do not. Oh, there is one. There's over there. Look at that. Awesome. Great. Okay. We got an achievement that I was not expecting to get and wasn't even thinking about. And I also managed to find my way back to the portal. And so now I have to decide, it's a very convoluted path from here to there, to see if I want to try to straighten it out or possibly make another portal somewhere in the Overworld and try to get them to connect and make a portal in the Nether and blah, 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 blah. But those are things that I will figure out after I'm home safe. And I guess since we will be exiting right by the monument, if it turns out to be daytime, it is daytime. Since we did just get an achievement, we might as well go ahead and mark it off the monument, even though it's one that's kind of farther ahead of where we currently are. But return to sender. I always like to pull it up on the achievements pane first. Yeah, I guess once you go to the Nether, you can either get this one or this one. Return to sender, destroy a ghast with a fireball. And so we'll go ahead and mark that one off. Still want to get some other things in the Overworld, but perhaps we'll get the blaze rod and start making potions. And here is yet another presumed escaped cow. I think Brian, in real life, may be coming down with something. I've been feeling a touch under the weather, and so I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Didn't get as much done as I was originally planning to do, but it ended up being kind of more relaxing, exploratory episode that's setting us up for good things, especially knowing where the Nether Fortress is. So for next time, probably we'll end up going exploring the Nether Fortress. I'll probably build another portal in the Overworld. And yeah, perhaps do some more overworld exploration as well. But definitely let me know your opinion about using commands to put name tags on the cows, just so we can do the science and find out if it is truly these cows that are glitching through the fences, or whether that's, too cheaty and too getting away from vanilla survival, as well as any other thoughts that you have on the series. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Exploration and Tactics Spacebarred. Bye-bye.